All right, everybody, welcome out to our Halloween presentation for eBay today. So we're talking about, first of all, just how to do a little bit of research to figure out what's trendy this year for Halloween, and where I tend to go to get ideas. Halloween is just such a big selling opportunity for online retailers, and especially on eBay. So I want to address that. We've addressed it before. We're going to address it again today. Hopefully, you can walk away from this with A, some ideas about how to figure out what's going to be trendy this year, and then B, some ideas about where you can go to get suppliers so that you can take advantage of those trends and bolster your sales on eBay. All right. So you're looking right here. I want to share a couple of things right off the bat. This is Pinterest. I don't know how many of you guys use Pinterest, but Pinterest is a great place to get ideas, um, especially for Halloween. In fact, there was a survey done fairly recently that had a high percentage of Halloween costume ideas actually came from Pinterest. Not to mention Halloween decor. And just to tell you, if you're going to take advantage of Halloween, it's going to be in decor or it's going to be in costumes. That's it. Costumes or decor. You're not making money in candy. There's no margin in it, especially on the internet. It's going to be costumes and decor. And if I had my preference, I would pick decor. Costumes are a bit tougher because you've got size issues and more returns to deal with. And I'm not saying that you can't do costumes, but it's a bit of a tougher market. But I'm sharing this with you right now. This is 2016 Halloween trends on Pinterest. And if we scroll down here, we'll see lots of little decor ideas. We're going to see, as I scroll down through this list, treat ideas. You can see this is a porch decorating idea right here in the middle of the screen. Little party ideas. A lot of money in Halloween is spent on Halloween parties. And so I tell my clients to get a feel for what's trendy, and you're going to get a really good feel if you spend a lot of time researching Pinterest. Nothing is more current than Pinterest when it comes to the latest fashion trends and party trends, and this place breeds it. Okay, so I'm going to put this link here in the comment or in the question box for you guys. I just sent that link out to all of you guys. You can just get onto Pinterest and one way to do it is go to Pinterest and just look up Halloween costumes or Halloween decorations, and you can just search. But this is one of the boards called 2016 Halloween Trends. Okay. Next thing I want to show you guys is this link right here. I've been researching recently blogs and news stories that are covering the top Halloween costumes for 2016. Usually the National Retailers Federation comes out with a good survey that we can use. That data usually comes out around this time, but it hasn't come out yet. And they'll usually show a survey of what are the most popular Halloween costumes for the year 2016. We only have 2015's data, and I'm not going to share that with you because there's probably going to be some significant changes on that list. So as soon as that comes out, we'll share it. But NRF.com, if you keep an eye on that, NRF.com, they'll come out with their survey hopefully in the next week or so, and then you guys can check out what results came from that. But there are some other items out here online that I've found. This is a local Detroit website, and they've got a list of some of the most popular ones this year. So you've got a Simone Biles one, just because of the Olympics and gymnastics, right? So these are costumes, most popular costumes in 2016. You've got a Bill Clinton costume. You've got a Pokemon because of Pokemon Go being so popular. Starbucks, Hodor from Game of Thrones. You've got a Beyonce costume. Of course, you've got Star Wars stuff. Star Wars is going to be big for a while, so that's going to be big. You've got just a lot of costumes from more of your latest movies and stuff. You've got one from DC Comics here, so on and so forth, Ghostbusters. So I mean, I would encourage you to list a lot of different costumes, but I can tell you if you research early on what are going to be a bit more trendy and find some good suppliers for it, you could really clean house on the costume front. The trouble sometimes with costumes, and as with anything, is just simply finding some decent suppliers that can roll a lot of this stuff out for you. Another place I always spend my time when I'm doing research is I do the Amazon bestseller list, specifically within the Department of Toys and Games, and then dressing up in costumes. So let me put this link out there for you guys in the chat here. I just put that out for you as well. I'll put this in the comment section of the video when I post it onto YouTube later too. But this is the Amazon bestsellers list. You can Google this by simply Googling Amazon bestsellers. You'll find this link. It'll take you here. And you can come in here and search by department. And the department, I think, I can't remember. Let me look. I think it's probably under clothing, maybe. No, it wasn't under clothing. Actually, I think it was toys and games. Let's go toys and games. And I'm not sure if you can capture them or not, Kathy. I almost think you have to write them down, because I don't know if those links that I send out are even clickable, unfortunately. But they will be in the comment section once I get this all uploaded. So under toys and games here, you can come down. Oh, here it is, dressing up in costumes. That's right. If I click on dressing up in costumes, then I'm going to find a section for costumes or pretend play costumes right here. And I can see real time on Amazon what are the best current sellers in the costume section for toys and games, which would be for kids. And you can see here you've got a Little Mermaid costume. And what's interesting is these are selling real time. So these are moving right now. So you can tell what's really current here. Spider-Man. There's another Little Mermaid one. Sure enough, number 9 here is a Star Wars one. You've still got Harry Potter ones. More Harry Potter. You've got Pokemon. More Star Wars. So this isn't a surprise at all. I'm not saying you have to sell this very specific Spider-Man costume. Rather, just know that Spider-Man's probably going to be pretty popular this year. So see if you can't find some suppliers for it, right? Some retail suppliers, some wholesale suppliers, some some drop shipping suppliers. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. So Amazon bestseller list. Love this list. Let's go back to other departments again. I want to see if there's some other tabs up here that are pretty cool. Most wished for ideas, hot new release ideas. I can't remember. There might even be a Halloween section here. Let me Google it. This might be it. Yep, right here. So this is the best sellers in the Halloween department. I just sent that link out to everybody as well. I know this is kind of small, but you get the point. You can see all kinds of different Halloween decor items. These are currently what are best selling on Amazon, and that's significant. No, we're not talking about selling this stuff on Amazon, but if it is selling on Amazon, we can rightfully assume that it's probably also selling on eBay. Okay, so worth a look. I won't spend any more time on Amazon bestseller list, but use that, use Pinterest, use news stories, and then also eBay Popular is pretty big. I mean, I've talked to you guys about eBay Popular before. You go to datalabs.com, or I'm sorry, datalabs.ebay.com, and it takes you to the What's Popular section. And then under here, you can do a search for Halloween costumes, and you can see what's selling. What I thought was fascinating here is I was seeing more costumes for pets than I was for adults and kids. I remember last year when I did a little research prior to the Halloween season, pet costumes are huge and getting bigger. So, if my advice to any of you guys who are looking to maybe get into the Halloween niche a little bit, and a micro niche within that might be the pet costume industry. Find a good supplier, find a good wholesaler, find a good drop shipper. Maybe it's a retail company. You can move a whole lot of product doing this stuff for sure. And you can, as you can see right here, there are definitely buyers for it as we speak. Okay. So just some ideas on trying to figure out what's trending. The other thing you could do, I think this is a great tool. Whoops. Google.com/trends. This is something we've also discussed before, but it's always worth a look. Hold on just a sec. It's not loading for me. Google Trends. There it is. Google.com/trends. All right. So you can use Google Trends to kind of figure out what is trending up or trending down. If we typed in Star Wars Halloween costume, maybe, you can kind of get an idea for how often it's being searched for. Here's the latest graph right here. This goes back clear to 2012, and you can see these spikes. Let me just zoom in just a little bit for you guys. What are the spikes in this graph over the past 4 years? What do those spikes represent? You can probably guess pretty quickly. It's a seasonal thing, right? It's pretty cyclical. Yeah, this is during the Halloween time. So these spikes are happening between September 1st and around October 31st, or the end of October, which would be Halloween. Every single year, that's when the spike happens, right? We're kind of like midway up that spike right now. But what you'll notice is kind of towards the end of the graph, notice the extremely large spike there. Why did that spike up so much? Well, because the Star Wars movies are now coming back into fruition, right? They've been out for a while, and now they're doing more of them. This is a much more popular niche than it has been in the past. So it's kind of nice. You can check out these graphs. Let's see if there's let's do another one just as an example. Maybe we can do Harry Potter costume. And see what it says. Interesting. So this is same period of time. It defaults to past 5 years, so I could take this from 2004 all the way up until today, and you can see the trend in the graph. Very cyclical, very much during Halloween it pushes up, so on and so forth. I don't really see a trend down or up. It's always very popular, and it will be this year too. So Google Trends is pretty cool to do this with. All right, so I'm going to get off of this topic for just a second. Guys, you've got plenty of places where you can research what's trendy in the Halloween space. Can I also lastly just recommend you go to a place like Walmart.com and just see what they're offering on their homepage or within their Halloween section. If you scroll down the page here, we might be able to find something about Halloween on the homepage. Sure enough, right there at the top, they've got a Halloween section, and you can see what Walmart is selling. Walmart is a better merchandiser than us. They know more. They've got millions of dollars in market research. Take a page out of their book and list some of the same stuff that they've got in their inventory. Not that you have to use Walmart stuff, but glean the ideas from them. Okay. All right. So that does it for our research. Now I want to talk about one last thing. Where do we get our stuff? Okay. Now I listed 3 different strategies that my clients use. I suppose I could add a 4th, but we're going to leave it at these 3. If you want to take advantage of Halloween, you can either A, or number 1, retail dropship, and that means go out there on Google find retailers and use them as your drop shipping suppliers. B, we can hunt down wholesale drop ship options. Or number 3 there, you can look to maybe carry some of your own inventory. Now, I got to say from experience, I've made a lot of my money in the Halloween space carrying my own inventory. I've used places like AliExpress.com to find Halloween stuff that is cheap. See, the thing about Halloween, guys, is it's not brand dependent. I can easily buy Halloween merchandise out of China at a place like AliExpress.com, and I can buy that knowing with confidence that I'm not going to be infringing on copyright, because most of that stuff that you buy Halloween-wise is generic. Now, you got to be careful. If you're going to source some of your own inventory, please do not source Disney Frozen products out of China or any other branded merchandise, especially Disney, because you're infringing on copyright. Now, you can resell that kind of stuff off of retailers because those are authorized companies and partners of these large franchises. But if you're going to go out and circumvent them and go directly to Chinese suppliers and buy your own inventory, you can't do it if it's licensed merchandise, because really it's not licensed at all if you're buying it out of China. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for suppliers in the retail drop shipping space, do it the good old-fashioned way. I've showed some of you guys GrandinRoad.com, Grandin, Grandin, and then Road, ROAD.com. Grandin Road is a higher end type company. They've got this Halloween section that's big. I'm not going to show it to you now just because we don't have a lot of time. But that's a great spot to sell Halloween merchandise that is unique. It's not quite so run of the mill. A lot of people who do retail drop shipping are doing stuff from your major companies, and so there's a lot of duplication on eBay and there's a lot of competition. I always say it's very wise to go out and find boutique style Halloween shops, and you can find them in Google by just simply Googling Halloween decor or Halloween costumes, and start reselling, doing retail drop ship. Lots of good companies. Just go search them out. Number 2, if you're looking to do wholesale drop shipping, we've done some trainings in the past on where to go to find wholesalers. You can use places like thomasnet.com. You can use dmoz.com. You can even use Google and try to look up your own wholesale drop shippers right within Google. Also good options. Sometimes wholesale drop shipping is a little tougher because they want to see a website. Some of them don't allow for eBay-only sales, but that's something that you would need to search through. And then last, like I shared a minute ago, buying directly out of China, which is where I've had more of my success. The tough part about that is, guys, you would have needed to start doing that last month, because it's going to take 4 weeks for a lot of Chinese merchandise to get there or to get to you, and then for you to in turn sell it, resell it, and get it shipped out. It's just you don't have enough time. So maybe next year that could be something you look into a bit more. But I may in a coming webinar share with you some of the ways that I use AliExpress specifically in the Halloween space. I want to share a lot while at the same time not sharing too much, because I don't want to give away all the stuff that I do as well, right? I got to find a balance there. And that's always a challenge in coaching. You know, when I've got clients that are being very successful, or I've had a lot of success in a space, I want to share with you those same things without creating competition for myself and for my clients. So I hope you can appreciate that. Debbie, you say you've been very successful with AliExpress as well. Good. I'm glad to hear that. AliExpress.com, I'm telling you, great products you can find there. There are some absolute gems if you look hard enough. Yeah, time frame. I mean, really, Jeff, you should be selling your Halloween stuff up until mid-October, and then you better slow down. Usually a week before Halloween, I slow down, unless I'm shipping out some of my own merchandise, which I can guarantee that I can get it there before Halloween. That's about the time frame you want to look at. If you're buying on AliExpress, I'm buying my stuff August, first part of September latest, because I want to give myself the entire selling season. Really, the Halloween selling season goes from end of August clear until the last week of October. I like to have my stuff there before then. So Anyway, all right, guys. Well, that's plenty. I don't think I want to share any more right now. Maybe we can get into more detail on some of this other stuff if you guys are interested in it. If you're not interested in Halloween and that's fine too. Like I said, this is just a way you can bolster sales within your eBay store. All right. Okay. Thanks everybody. We will see you all next time Tuesday for some more eBay training.